Jen looks.
We try.
Lady.
We try.
We'll just see if anybody pops on. Oh, the sun is right in.
Look at us,
Eyes.
sunshine.
Yeah, feels good actually. I'm just gonna bring up our chat.
Look at you and your fancy new computer. Wow.
You know what? It's pretty much the same thing as I had.
Oh, well, that's good.
Yeah. Hopefully everybody can hear us. We don't have to talk louder, okay? I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Welcome to Manifesting Your Magic for 2020 and 4. 2020 and 4.
2020 and 4.
2020 and 4.
Okay then. New year.
Yeah.
I like that. Manifesting
Your magic.
your magic.
There we go.
We're good.
I just wanted the chat up so in case anybody pops on, we can say hello. So hello. We are live on YouTube, so maybe we should do some introductions.
Probably.
Just in case somebody's new here. So hi, I am Megan. I created the Empower Method. It is a fitness program, slowly evolving into I think something more than that. Just that's what my heart is telling me. But we can get to that later. And this is Jen.
Hello. I am Jen. I am the yin to the yang.
Yin to the yang.
Yeah. I'm the behind the scenes often, doing some of the tech stuff. Not tech
I feel
stuff,
like you're
but-
downplaying what you do.
Okay. I don't. Well, okay.
Oh, I will introduce
I'm
you.
like, I don't know what I do then.
Okay, so Jen is, yes, she is the yin to my yang. I like to say that I'm a type Z personality and Jen is a type A. So I feel like we really balance each other
Yes.
out. And
Yes, we do.
where I kind of am not strong in some areas, Jen is very strong in. So she is a huge integral part of Empowered, and she makes it work.
Thank you.
Is basically what it is. She takes my ideas and she puts them onto paper,
Onto paper.
out of the clouds,
Yeah.
and onto paper.
I take your creative
Yes.
things and make them reality.
Yes.
Yeah. There's my title.
One cannot be without the
Yeah,
other.
no. No.
So that is us. Thank you for joining us. If you are new, welcome. If you are an empowered babe, thank you. I am so excited. I'm so excited for this. I'm actually a little bit nervous.
I'm also a little bit nervous. This is
Because-
going to be a little personal.
Yeah, it is personal, and I think that's good.
It is
It's
good.
good to get personal. It's also, I'm nervous because I've never really, I feel like I sat down and I wrote like my goals out, but I've never really
Yeah. Not
sat
like
down
this.
and I know manifestation is like a really trendy word right now, but I've never actually gone through the steps as in depth as we're
Mhm.
going to go to today. And yeah, I'm excited about that.
Yeah, no, I think it'll be really good. I think it'll be also something as instructors that you could facilitate if that was something you wanted to do within your own classes in your own studio, that this is something that you as an instructor, you as a human should take on yourself.
Yeah.
But then bringing that to your clients and seeing how that can impact them through their journey as well.
Yeah, I think even as you and your friends or you and your staff or I mean, but really focus
you and
on
your staff. That would be a
you
great
first, right?
Yeah.
We really need to just, I think a lot of times we're really focused on giving, and that actually brings me into like one of my first really big goals, and something I'm working on manifesting is just really being in my feminine energy this year. And I felt a call for it, and I really think turn up is what called me to it, and moving my hips just kind of unleashed something in me. And a lot about feminine, being in your feminine energy is the ability to receive and receive the gifts of the universe and what life has for you. So yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah. So Jen has made this beautiful planner, and I will link it. I'll link link to our website, our platform, so that you could access this if you would like something like that for yourself. It's beautiful. I printed it off, but it kind of got wonky with my printer, so that's that. It doesn't look as great, but there is prompts for each month and each week and of each month, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So my thought was type A. I wanted something that it's all in one. I don't have to have a multiple different books to go and find this, that, whatever. So you're going to start off with every month. You're going to have a whole calendar for the month to plan out whatever you need to plan out. You know, school drop off, classes, whatever. So that's there. And then the next page is going to be your vision board page. So we have 4 kind of key things: health, love, family, and career. Whether you are a list person like myself, or if you're a doodler, you could draw in it, you could cut things out, paste in it, whatever you needed, but just a space to kind of envision what that month is going to be. And I was very intentional about it being just a month. I think a lot of times the beginning of January we like look at the year, and then by March you're like, what is happening? So setting that intention for every month, and allowing you to just be like, hey, this is what I'm envisioning for my month, this is where I want to grow, this is the things I want to improve upon or work towards, big, small, whatever. Then moving into every week. So every week you have a manifestation and affirmation page. And on the back of that manifestation and affirmation page, there's also a weekly gratitude that you can work out through the end of the week, as well as an individual day planner. So I know our ADHD girlies like, you know, hour by hour planning for their day. So I've put that in there as well. Again, pick and choose what you need, what you don't. But I thought this page of manifestation and attraction, being aware and grateful for what, my main intention for this week, affirmations for myself, and then thoughts to meditate on. So whether you are in a difficult season or a celebration season, or just kind of in a, I don't know where I am, that giving you that page every week to just be intentional, set really small, big, whatever you need to move forward in that week. Yeah.
I love that, Jen.
Yeah,
Thank you. Thank you so much. And yes, the daily thing, that's great for me. Because I am that ADHD girly that needs to have a to-do list. That's pretty much the only way I get things done. So yeah, I think let's go through. I listened to a podcast the other day, and it was steps to for manifestation. So whatever it is that you're manifesting, they gave 5 really simple steps that aren't overwhelming for somebody like me, and I felt like it would be really good to translate this to our session today. So we'll go through those steps. We'll talk about our goals for the year and just have a good chat. I think it's good to get it out.
Get it out.
Yeah, get it out, baby.
Sounds good.
All right. And we'll work through the steps as we go. So, do you want to start off, or
You want to go through the 5 steps?
No, I would actually like
Okay.
to start off with what we would want, what our hopes and dreams are for ourselves this year.
Okay. You want me to go through all of them, or just one at a time?
Just one at a time, I think.
Okay. So the big one is putting myself first and loving myself in that moment of putting myself first. I am a mom of 2 small little humans, pretty close in age, and I've definitely lost myself in motherhood, especially this past year. Postpartum depression, major sleep deprivation going on 3+ years. My needs and taking care of me fall very, very low on the list on a daily basis, and there is a lot of guilt around for myself when I do take time for myself or do put my needs first. So we are abolishing that. We are letting that go. We are trusting and accepting that in order for me to put myself first, there's going to have to be things that occur with two small humans. So coming to like mind is, yeah, they're probably going to be in front of a screen so I can go have a shower. And that's totally fine. I deserve to have a shower. I deserve to be a clean human kind of scenario. So those things, because right now it is, well, you know, society, TikTok, whatever we want to say, claims that that's bad, that, you know, my 3 and 1 year old are sitting in front of a screen for an extended period of time. So ensuring that that guilt is just not coming into the picture, and then I am taking care of myself. And in that taking care of myself, seeing myself again, both positives and negatives, and just allowing me to be present in that moment. So small steps. Today I made a point of getting myself ready. So those are kind of the small things that I'm going to do moving forward, is to really just take time a couple times a week to put myself together, to know that it's okay to have done that, and then, you know, move on to bigger and grander things like attending class that I'm not teaching, like taking time for myself and going away and not feeling, oh, well, that's bad that I've left my kids and family, etc. So those are the grander things that I know for myself. I need to work on the little things, in order to feel comfortable and confident to do the big grand things.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
Yes,
That's
I feel like that's a really good goal for yourself. And as you move through the little things, I'm excited to see your journey through this year and see all of this come to life for you. And when you get to those big grand things, to see if you dive even deeper. To see why does that guilt sit with you so much, what in your life brought you to this point, and allowing that to not be your story anymore.
Exactly. I'm excited. Excited.
Awesome. Thanks, Jen.
Thank you.
Okay, so my first kind of big goal for this year is to learn about and dive into living in my feminine energy. And I kind of mentioned this just a few minutes ago, but so we started dancing, I want to say just about a year ago.
So it's almost been a year. February will be
our when
year,
we took our instructor training.
Our year turn up.
I would have started dancing turn up January of last year. Instantly fell in love. It just was a form of it is a form of movement that brings me immense joy. And that has always been something every year, and it's still on my list. And I think it's just a really good reminder is that I like to live in a place of joy and happiness, and doing things that bring me to that point is really important. So living in my feminine, that's kind of what unlocked it, is turn up. I feel like just on a little bit more of a spiritual level, I feel it activated something inside of me, that deep feminine energy that maybe has been hiding. I feel like for the past few years I've really been living in this masculine place, and I feel as though a lot of times our society supports that. Like go hard, get shit done. No days off, that hustle life. And that's all well and good. I think there needs to be balance in between both of those energies, but we come to a point where we get so wrapped up in that we forget to nourish the other side of ourselves. And I'm really looking forward to learning and diving into living in my feminine. And really briefly, what does that mean? Just letting my intuition be the guide for a lot of things instead of relying on logic all the time. I know we talk about that gut feeling a lot. And what does that mean? And how do I access it? Because sometimes you're like, I don't even know how. Like, what's the gut feeling? I don't know. And you question yourself. But
and it's also like, not being ashamed of that gut feeling.
Yeah.
Like, I think we as women are told that, like, oh, that's so emotional that you're just, and it's like,
Yeah.
no, like, we have this feeling inside of us for a reason.
Yeah.
And to have faith in that and trust in that.
Yeah. I think that's, hold on, my battery's dying.
Uh-oh. Mayday!
Mayday. Let me plug my phone in, guys. Yeah, there it is. I knew this was gonna happen, and then I forgot about it. Shocker.
And I saw the charger and was like, okay, that must not be needed. Ding. There we go.
We're dinging?
I think
okay.
so.
Yeah, we should be.
Should be. Yeah,
Should be.
Yeah,
Okay.
you're good.
All right, where was I?
Trusting your gut feeling.
Yes. Okay. So, and everything I've been reading, listening to lately is that is like ancient female wisdom is intuition and that clairvoyance, and that really supports the masculine energy is just having the ability to access our intuition and to let our gut feelings tell us where we need to go and what we need to do, and trusting that. So I really, that's a big part of it. Play is a big part of it. So giving yourself permission and living in those joyful moments and taking life not so seriously.
Being silly.
Like, being silly, having fun, and just being fucking weird, you know?
Love it.
And all right, and like I said at the beginning, receiving. So that's a big part, and I think it's very hard, especially because we are a masculine driven culture, and especially as mothers, we're just, so we have to give, and being truly in our feminine, and this doesn't make sense because of our culture right now, is receiving.
No, it
and
doesn't.
allowing ourselves to receive all the gifts and whatever life has to give us, and what does that look like, and taking ownership of that, you know. Sexuality is a big part of being in your feminine, and this also I've noticed with our whole group of friends is it's lost. And I think, I don't know, it's also dance. I'm gonna relay this all back to dance because I think that was the seed that was planted in my pelvis a year ago, and it has ignited, you know, that serpent energy, and I have never felt, it's been a long time since I felt this sexual and sensual side of myself, and I think I was where my friends are and where we talk about this is like, nah, I don't even think about I don't want to have sex, I don't want to do that, like, don't have time, and I think it goes a little bit deeper than that, and I want to find out more about that.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. It is definitely something that when you are in that feminine energy and you have released the tension and the guilt and the shame and in being in that energy, it wakes something up.
It does wake something up, and it's like fucking incredible.
Yeah.
And how do you get to that point? So I was doing some research last night because I wanted to share a few meditations with everybody. So I have a little playlist built on YouTube, and so I'll share that after, and I hope that we can all kind of take that time. And I think it's about discovering ourselves as well. It's not just about, you know, being with another person. Like being with ourselves and being okay with that, and knowing what makes us feel good and feel
there was the whole Mel Robinson podcast.
That was so good.
So good. Mel Robinson has a guest on that speaks about sexuality and sex and how to have a great sex life, and talks a lot about you got to be able to love on yourself, like literally love on yourself before you can go and love on someone else.
Like how do you know what you want in bed if you aren't,
what feels good and what doesn't, and how do
I feel like you literally won't know what feels good or what you want unless you you can't tell somebody
No.
else unless you try it,
Yeah.
unless you do it, and you can't expect people to. Well, I've found out that you definitely can't expect men to read your mind, and definitely not read your vulva. So we have to teach them, and I
Yes.
think getting to know ourselves better is really
The other, because I'm a TikTok
yes.
fiend. The other thing I have recently seen is women have started doing book clubs with their significant others
Oh
and
shit.
reading the same smut book. And then they have a little discussion with their husbands about different.
Kevin
And
would
I
be
was like,
interested in that.
hmm.
And which is, this is funny, and maybe also a little awkward, but I feel like my family and I are pretty open. But so this weekend I was at my brother and sister-in-law's house, and I was reading a smut book on the couch while they were watching a hockey game. He's like, "What are you reading?" I'm like, "I only read like dirty smut books."
Inappropriate things.
So then we got into this real big conversation about smut books, and he's like, "It's interesting." He's like, because there used to be the Penthouse Forum.
Yep.
So do you
Yep.
know of that?
Yep.
Okay, I didn't know about it, but it's basically like a smut magazine, or was,
Yeah.
for men. And he said reading that compared to reading like these books is so interesting, because these books are all written from a female perspective.
Yeah.
And he said where the Penthouse Forum is written from a male perspective, and the males are just like, get in,
Boom,
get
boom,
it
boom,
done.
boom.
It's
Yeah.
very, very logical and very, whereas the women's are so detailed.
Yes.
And I feel like if I could convince Kevin to read that, it would be really great education
It
for
would be
him.
well, and I think it would be interesting for them, like, and watching these couples kind of go through is like, men are, because she's videotaping her husband reading, certain
Yes.
sections of the book, and the way that he's physically reacting, like
Yeah.
blushing and being like,
Oh, yeah.
and it's like, well, yeah, like that's what we're doing,
Yeah.
or we hope to do, or whatever, and like
Yeah.
you're this confident man, and yet you're reading it, and you're like,
Yes. And I think also we've only ever been taught sex
is shameful.
is shameful.
yeah.
Well, that's thanks to religion very
Yes.
much. So
Yeah.
is that we should be ashamed.
As we're
but-
looking out the window at the church
And then-
across the street.
Yeah. And no shade to anything.
Yeah.
I think that's just my belief of where that comes from. But also, where did you learn what sex looked like and how to have sex? Where was it?
Probably like an R-rated movie
Yeah, or porn.
or porn.
Yeah. And what's
Which is
depicted
made
on
for
porn,
Men
but it's
viewing.
not, and it's very for viewing.
Yeah.
So,
It's not meant.
and this could go into like a
Oh
whole
my God.
ass deep conversation.
We could have like
is
a
like,
whole.
that's
yeah.
not necessarily what sex is supposed to look like
No.
at all, actually.
No.
So,
I read something the other day about that, and about why about breath, like women during sex, and how like you should breathe to make this more
yes.
pleasurable, and how we all, guilty as charged, do this shallow breath because that's what we see in porn.
yeah.
And in reality, if we were doing deep connected breath to our core, it would actually be more pleasurable for us.
Well, I would like to say that I can just attest to
Well,
the
there you
power of that, because I've been practicing that.
Good.
So,
I need to start.
So even like when you're with yourself,
Yeah.
practice that breath, because I think sometimes it can be just like, I'm here to do this
Mhm.
and get it done,
And
Yeah.
check a box.
check a box, or it just feels good for that moment. But what if it felt good for longer? And what if you,
Yeah.
So
There you
maybe
go.
this could be another.
This could probably be another little
Yes.
episode. Yes.
Yeah.
We'll put a pin in that for
Yes,
now.
okay.
And you can continue on.
Okay, so, and the last part that I have written down, and it could go a lot deeper than this, about living in my divine feminine, is really accessing my creative side. And I think, and that's where that masculine relies on logic, and this has to be done this way, and step A, B, and C. But like, and I feel like I can do this, because it is kind of a world I live in.
Yeah.
But have been really playing in, because now I have a desk job where it has to be kind of a little bit more logical. How can I bring that into that part of my life, my creativity into
Right.
that part of my life, and still honor? I'm still going to need to utilize that masculine energy. I don't want to be fully in one or the other, but I do really want to
for sure.
learn more about this. So that's very long-winded first goal of mine.
Perfect.
Go ahead, Jen.
All right, my second goal, my second manifestation is creating space for myself, and by that I mean a physical space. No shade to my husband, love him dearly. He has lots of physical space in our home, and I have none.
Yeah.
So my manifestation is that I'm going to create my own home studio this year.
Fuck yes, you are.
And it's going to be a space that is just for me, whether I'm filming for Empowered or for Underground, or if I'm literally just going in there to work out for myself, I don't care. But I put this in motion. I planted the seed. I said, this is what I would like. This is what I deserve.
Absolutely.
And to say deserve was very hard, because part of the letting it go process is feeling guilt and entitlement and shame in that I'm requiring space. Whereas we built Noah's Ark of shops, but there was none of that for him. And that is going to this feminine energy and the logic, and now that he was very logical about, we need the shop for this, this, and this. And it was, okay, sure, yep, that makes logical sense, cool. And so when I then presented to him, because Mr. Logic, I was like, this is logically what I need to do. I need to be able to go have a space for myself, to come back to finding myself, but also because my job requires me to do this.
Yeah.
We have 2 small children. It only makes sense that I have my own space. So that is what we are going for.
Did you decide on a space?
I have decided on a space.
Okay, what space?
So we have a theater room that
we
don't use.
Oh,
We're
it's
going
so cool,
to
you guys.
make that into, I'm going to make that into my space. I've also let go, or I'm letting go of, the idea it needs to be perfect. It is going to be what it is.
You're gonna paint it though.
Oh yeah.
I'll come help you.
It's the most ugly. It's
blue.
Oilers colors. It's not, no offense to fans, but
oh my god, I just have this
I'm very excited.
Vision. Yeah.
I'm very excited. It's going to be, I'm very excited for it. He's coming around to the idea. But yeah, we're going to get some gym matting to put in there, because there's carpet and all the things. And I'm like, this is just going to be my space. There's going to be no children, snot, and all the things. So that's what we're creating.
I feel like that is so freaking important.
Yes.
And even having even if you don't have a theater room to utilize, if you have a corner in your bedroom that's just
this is
you
mine.
set up and you have those things that make it yours, and it's just kind of like a space, a retreat almost.
Well, and he's out there tinkering and building and whatever, and I'm like, I don't have a space to go do that for me, to tinker and build and create in my own space. So we're gonna make a studio.
I love that. I love that. And you're gonna receive his help.
I'm going to receive his help.
Yes.
Because he's gonna need to.
And I think I think you might be surprised that he would enjoy that.
I think he will not at the beginning be like, yeah, okay. But I think that when he realizes how much it's going to change me and help me get back to who I was when we, first got married and first started dating and all the things, that he will be very excited about it as well.
I think so.
It'll be good. I'm excited.
I'm so excited. That makes me happy for you. I think you deserve it so much. Love that, Jen.
I'm excited.
Love that, Jen. Okay. I just have all these visions for
I
you
know.
now.
I'm
I'm just imagining you in this space, just getting into your shit and just losing yourself for a little while.
The thing that really pushed me over the edge for this was going back to Turn Up. One of the Turn Up videos I was watching, she was in her basement and had that pink Turn Up sign.
Yeah.
And I was like,
I need a space.
I need a space like this. This is this is ridiculous. So that's
what's happening. I have my little corner in my basement where I film, but it's also I go there and I work out, and I go there and I just sometimes just sit there and reflect, even if I meant to go work out. And it's a space that I don't really let anybody else in. And I'm actually thinking about getting
Like putting up a
like
wall.
like a
Like a panel.
like a panel,
yeah.
you know,
Yeah,
just
yeah,
to
yeah.
kind of block it off, so I can keep it the way it is.
Yeah. That
And
it isn't full of snot and boogers and
yeah,
toys.
it's just like peaceful, and I have
Yeah.
my candles in there now, and you know, smudgy shit, and
Nice.
just really.
I haven't been there in
creating a
forever,
secret-
actually.
Yeah, you should come over sometime.
We do. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So awesome.
I'm excited.
I really love that.
Yeah.
Okay, my next big goal for this year is, let's just take it back to 2023 for a second. I allowed myself to kind of be the victim in my own life, and I lived there for a little bit, and I think it's sometimes easy to do, or when you get there, you just start to make all these things that are negative be your story, and I don't want that to be my story. So this year, my second goal is just to get the fuck over myself, and I not feed into drama. So I have a really, just part of me is I have a really hard time separating other people's shit in their lives from my own.
Yes.
Like I don't, whatever, like if something's going on in your life, I have a really hard time not taking on those feelings. Is that guy, he's looking shady out there.
Did you lock this?
I think I did lock the studio. I'm not positive though.
BRB.
We are in a little bit of a shady part of town. Well, back alley. Jen's just gonna go lock the door. I'll keep talking. But like I was saying, I tend to, live in other people's stuff. And I think it's just part of being an empath, and just I feel the energy all the time. So that's a big goal of mine, is to get over myself, not feed into people's drama, and take ownership of my feelings and where I'm at. I'll wait for Jen to get back because I feel like she will like to be a part of this. And please feel free at any point. I hope you're taking notes, or you have a little notepad to jot things down on. It's really good to take whatever you need, leave whatever you don't out of this project. I'll give her 1 minute. Then I know I gotta go save her. The sun is shining in our eyes right now. It's actually so nice. Might be squinty, but it is nice. I hear her. I heard you. I was walking back. Was it locked?
Oh yeah.
I did lock it?
You locked it.
Oh, wow. Thank you
job.
for going to check.
No problem.
Okay, I just kind of took a break.
That's good.
So, yeah. So, like I was saying, part of that is just getting over it, not feeding into what I know I can't take on
Right.
emotionally, and being responsible and accountable for that, and not thinking that things are happening to me,
Right.
and not being the victim in that story, and just allowing it to come and allowing it to go, and letting other people take care of their own shit.
Yeah.
That's another thing. So yeah, and that's part of not taking things so seriously, I think, is just there are going to be ebbs and flows, and there is going to be dark, and there is going to be light, and I think consciously taking the time to find joy
Yeah.
will bring upon more joy. And
Yeah.
that's where I really love that. Also, what am I grateful for? And another big part is writing down every single day.
Yeah.
Every morning. I know this won't happen 365 days. I just know myself.
But yeah.
But even having that thought, what are the 3 things that I am grateful for today, or for that I was grateful for yesterday? Just
I've been starting to do that with the kids when they're like driving me up the freaking wall, or my husband for that matter.
Yeah.
And in my head, just like being very mindful and being like, hey, what are 3 things that you're grateful for with them, right? Because it's easy to be like, you're driving me insane. Why are we acting like this? And instead to just be like, okay, you know, yes, we're having a meltdown, but I'm grateful that he is able to communicate his feelings or whatever. Yeah. Because it does make you change the way you look at it.
It does, and it gives you that peace, and also incorporating that breath work.
Oh yeah.
An exercise that we do almost every single time we sit down to dinner with my family, just our little family, is what made you happy today. That's Felicity's favorite thing, is what made you happy today. And I think
I love that.
And also brings about some really great conversation at the table, and you really get to know your kids and your husband and what happened in his day that day. And I feel like bringing upon,
yeah, that's awesome.
That's just a nice little, and it doesn't have to be grand to realize those moments of gratitude. Yeah, love that.
Cool. All right, my last one.
Your last one.
I'm going to step into my side hustle.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
I create all these different things.
Yes, you do.
And again, because my hours and hours on TikTok, I have learned that you can actually sell them on Amazon and make a little bit of profit off of that. Do I think I'm going to sell tons? Who knows? But
what if you manifested that?
What if I manifested that? But at the same time, I'm like, I know I create good things. I know that there's people doing the same, but I feel like I am able to add to that. I did see something the other day. My stepmom actually posted it about imposter syndrome, because that's the thing I'm letting go here. Imposter syndrome means that you know you have potential in it.
Oh.
Yes. So I was like, okay. So yeah, I think that I've created a lot of things, whether social media or physical things like this, over the past couple of years, and seeing them out there and seeing them being reused, I started to realize like, oh, like these are good.
They are good. She's created the empowered manuals, PS.
So I'm like, I need to step into that a little bit more and have faith in it, and not just like, oh, this is like what I do on the side or whatever.
Like, does it have to be a side hustle?
No, like this could be the thing that like I'm doing.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's my other goal, is to kind of work towards creating that, and again, being okay with whatever that looks like. Like, it doesn't mean there isn't a set amount that I have to produce every month or every week, and just kind of seeing how that goes, and that, you know, if one month it's not achievable because of life, that's okay, and if the next month I've produced however many, that's okay too. So
good question, because when we were planning this, and I was like, well, I'm just gonna go buy an Etsy thing, and because I honestly just didn't want to put you out, and like you to take the time to make this, because it was a busy season, but like there have been times that I have utilized Etsy a lot, because you can go grab a digital download of almost anything, and
it's there.
It's
easy.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's one of those, and she's like, oh yeah, I'll just go buy it. And I say, I told you that. I can just.
And then all of a sudden you didn't say anything.
No, I didn't say anything. In my head, I was like,
sends me this whole 173 pages, I think, manual on manifestation that you get if you're an empowered member. But I'm excited for that, because I feel like this is a long time coming.
Yeah. And the thing that really kind of like cemented it is that I worked with an individual on some social media creation stuff with a contract, etc., and you know, parted ways, and then they've reused a bunch of my stuff since, and I was like, oh, like, okay, for them to do that, that must have value in it. Like, there must be a reason that they're continuing to use it. Yes, it might be out of convenience for sure, but it also might be like, no, this is good, and this is hitting my clientele and whatnot. So yeah, I was like, no, I need to move forward a little bit in that. So,
yeah, you do.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do.
And now I'll have a space to do it.
You will. Ugh.
I know,
Or you
right?
can go just go get creative.
Get creative.
Oh, that's
Listen to my
amazing.
Taylor Swift. Just
Oh shit, yeah. Oh. She's not my muse, but she can be yours. I love that for you.
Thank you, thank you.
Okay.
All right, what do you got?
So 4 and 5 are kind of together. I always have a lot. Wait, I have one. I missed 2. I just went straight to
1,
3.
3. Perfect.
So 3 and 4 are kind of together. Actually, no, they're not. Actually, yes, they are. So we're talking about having more fun.
Yes.
This is obviously big for both of us
Yes.
this year. So
Yes.
I'm excited to explore that together
Yeah.
because I think we could have a lot of fun together.
Oh yeah.
But so manifesting abundance, and I know we've talked about this in Turn Up a lot, is that I talked about I manifested money during classes, and I legit I believe it worked because it did work.
Because you got your bonus.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I had been visualizing myself, the person that I am, you know, is a fucking rich bitch, because that's the music we're listening to. You know, I'm a boss, I'm a bitch. I've got, like, you know, we're listening to Megan Thee Stallion, Cardi B, we're listening to Nicki and Coi Leray and Doja, and they're all talking about money and this money that they have. And then listening to a podcast the other day as well about manifestation, we were talking about that and what the physical things that you're wanting to manifest, like money. Yeah, you can manifest money, and then what if the universe just gives you a bunch of money? But then what are you going to do with that money? And maybe manifesting what exactly that money you plan to do with that money.
Yes.
Because I don't just sit there and wish I had dollar bills in a bag. I wish, like, I think about what that money can create in my life.
Right.
And usually, most all of the time, that money is going to create a moment or an experience that is going to bring me a lot of joy.
Yeah. Freedom.
Yes, freedom. And I want to take my family on vacation. That's something that, I mean, we've not been able to do, is just the 4 of us go on vacation. And with one income for a while there with Kevin, it was never going to be a possibility. And now it is going to be a possibility. Right. And how am I going to manifest that into my life? So we'll roll this into how and taking the steps, but really getting clear on what that abundance looks like in your life. I also really want to manifest going to the Turn Up conference.
Yes.
That is huge for me.
Yeah.
It is a huge investment.
Yes.
For a single person trip, you know, like for me, for us to just shell out that cash for ourselves, that's letting go of a lot of guilt and shame, but I think that is something that I've been talking about now for a while, and that is what I want to manifest, definitely. And so we'll kind of lead us into the 5 steps of manifestation and what that looks like. And take notes on this if you haven't already. Maybe some of our goals, our personal goals, resonated with you, and I'd love to hear if they did. If you want to pop in the comments and let us know, that'd be cool. What sat with you and what your big things are this year. Mm-hmm. And I challenge you to go a little bit deeper than just, I want to lose weight, I want to drink more water.
Yeah, that's
like
what I came in with.
like if you want to or work on getting ready each day, go a little bit deeper into why it is that you want to do that, what that literally means, where that is coming from.
And it's gonna feel probably a little yucky and a little uncomfortable. Like when Megan pushed me on that, I was like, I don't, okay. But if it's going to be something that actually resonates with you, that you're going to put out in the universe, that you're going to work towards, that it's going to be this thing you come back to time and time again, it has to be.
Yeah.
Right? Like, how many of us say we're going to drink more water?
Every fucking year.
And does it ever really happen?
Yeah. No, but I feel like if we changed the narrative.
If we changed what it was actually, like, why is that important?
I'm putting myself first. Yeah. I am going to be unselfishly taking care of myself.
Yeah. It would probably make a bigger impact, and it would probably...
It maybe just naturally occur instead of saying, I need to do this one thing or these two things to make myself feel better. What about, like, when you go to visualize this and physically manifest this, that's going to be really cool to talk about. Yeah. Okay, so number one step in manifesting or in manifestation is to decide what it is that you want to manifest. All right, that's pretty self-explanatory. You're not just going to go manifest, I don't know, nothing. So you're going to decide what it is that you want and get really clear on that, and not just I want to drink more water or I want to, work out 5 times a week. What is that? What is that? Where is that coming from? Likely I want to put myself first or take care of myself. So decide what it is exactly that you want and push yourself to go a little bit deeper than you really want to.
Get a little uncomfortable. Yeah.
So, and then we go to step 2. And this is where I'm really excited to talk about this, is to feel yourself living that life with what it is that you're manifesting. So if you are manifesting putting yourself first, taking care of yourself, I want you to sit there. You're going to take your breath. You're going to take your deep connecting breaths, connect to your center, and you're going to close your eyes. And I want you to see yourself in a life taking care of yourself. And what does that look like? What does putting yourself first look like? Yeah. Put yourself, and I want you to feel it. Like, I want you to feel what it feels like in your body to take care of yourself. What is it? How do you walk down the street when you're taking care of yourself?
Yeah.
Like, go there, live that life, and feel the physical sensations. Like, think about those physical sensations and let it be and sit in your body.
And feel how it would feel on a daily.
Yeah.
Like, I think sometimes we get so caught up in, like, these grand moments.
Yes.
That we forget.
Like, we're looking for the end goal of this.
That we forget, like, what would that feel like every day?
Yeah. So my challenge to you, Jen, is when we go and manifest and set up our little, hoodoo stations, is to give yourself a day in the life of Jen where you are completely taken care of by yourself.
Yeah.
And the things that you're doing in that day, what from the morning to the evening, what does that day look like? And it could just be a regular ass day that you're doing everything that you usually do, but you are taking care of.
Yep. And it has to be a regular ass day.
Yeah,
that's the thing.
Because that's where you're looking to go.
That's where we're looking to go.
And this is also something that they had mentioned in the podcast, and I will link the podcast as well, is be specific also when you're deciding, like, so specific, like that, because if you're manifesting something, the universe could throw, like, like, you want to have really great sex, make sure you put the person you want to be having that with.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep.
That was my
Yep.
first thought, is like, I want to have amazing sex this year. Like the best sex I have
Yeah.
ever had. And I need to make sure that my husband is the person in that vision, in that manifestation.
Right.
He's
'Cause
the
you could be-
person that
yeah.
I am, you
Yeah,
know?
yeah.
I don't want the universe throwing some other person at me. Not ready for that anytime soon, or ever.
Ever, baby.
But yeah, so get specific,
Yeah.
like make sure it's here in, you know, your life, how you want it to look.
Yeah.
Exactly. Right down to the details, the nitty gritties.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. What's the third part?
Third part is to let it go. And in the podcast, they said this is the hardest part. The
I can
hardest part
imagine,
is
yes.
to just forget it.
Yeah.
Forget it. There's this big, I think, misconception that when you are manifesting your life, that you have to focus on it all of the time.
Yeah.
And that you have to keep putting all this energy into it every single day. But the magic happens when you forget about it and you just go about your life.
Okay. Yeah.
And that brings us into number 4, which is trust. Trust that the universe, that God, that whoever you believe in, is going to give you exactly what you need.
Yeah. Yeah. And trust that it's going to come when
Yeah.
it is needed.
Yeah. It's
Yes.
going to come when it's needed.
Yeah.
And you
Which
just
to
have
me,
let
I
it
think
go.
would be the harder part.
It is the hardest part.
Well, like to me, trusting that it's good, type A, right? I need to be in control and put all the ducks in the row and all the things. So trusting that it's going to show up when it is supposed to show up. That's the hardest part.
Maybe you need to come with me on a journey about diving into
Yes, I do.
our feminine a little bit more.
I did very much resonate with that. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, that's good. That's good.
So yeah, trusting that the universe has your back. That's actually
Yeah.
a really good book. The Universe Has Your Back, Gabby Bernstein. If you wanted to read that,
Take a break from the smut for a moment.
I plan to still read the smut.
Oh,
But I also am, you know, pairing it, like I would like to take those moments that I can bring myself back to just, you know, learning. That's big part of my journey this year is learning. Yeah. So trusting, let go and trust.
Yeah.
You want to forget about that manifestation and let it manifest.
Mm-hmm.
You gave the energy, you gave your vision, you sent those vibrations out there.
Yeah.
And those will come back as they need to. And I think there is something out there, whether you believe in a higher power or not. I don't know if I have a name for what that higher power is in my life, but I know that there's something, and there's something more than just us.
Yeah, for sure.
There's
sure.
energy. There's
There's something.
souls. I don't know, but that could be a whole ass discovery on its own. But be okay. This is the last part of it, is be okay with whatever the outcome is, because you trust that the universe is going to give you exactly what you need.
Yeah.
You've sent it out there, and there is truth in that. There's truth that Jen, yes, she needs to put herself first. She needs to take care of herself. You've put it out there. Now you're going to let it go. You're going to forget about it. Go about your days.
Yeah.
And you're going to trust that the universe is going to send you this life of being able to take care of yourself, and the mindset and all of the things that come along with it in the way that it needs to be.
Yeah. That there's going
That
to be.
that it's not going to look exactly how you sometimes always
Oh, no,
always
for
not
sure.
going to look exactly how you envisioned.
Yeah.
And I think when you see those little wins, like like I got ready today.
Yes.
To celebrate those,
Yes.
and just to even like write them down in your journal. Like, this is my 2024. I'm carrying this in my purse or in my bag because it's so small that in a moment that you want to celebrate, you can and write it down. It could be nothing, like, oh my God, I finished a Yeti of water today. Celebrate those moments, because the more energy and vibrations that you're putting out, the more you're going to receive.
Mm-hmm.
And I think, just coming back to, like, you get what you give, right? Like, you will receive whatever it is that you're putting out there. So if you're putting out, you know, you're talking shit about yourself and you're talking shit about your days, you're gonna get shit.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's gonna come.
I saw a quote yesterday that said, you can't talk shit about your body even if it's a joke, because your body doesn't know the difference in tone. Your body only hears the words. And I was like, well, damn. Yep.
Damn. Yeah, another big thing, like, for me is, like, when I said that I didn't want to feed into drama, like, I don't want to talk shit about other people.
Yeah.
Because, like, you know, sometimes I think we get wrapped up in other people's life, and I'm not fucking innocent. I'm not saying that I'm sitting here I've never talked shit about anybody, because, come on.
Yeah. Really, who hasn't?
You know, and I know we've talked shit about people. I don't want to do that, because I know that that's what I'm putting out, and that's exactly what's going to come back around to me.
Yep.
Is shit.
Yep.
So that is that. So definitely trust that what you're putting out there, after you've let it go, forget about it, go about your day, is going to come back to you exactly as it needs to.
Yeah. Yeah. Good. Love. So good.
Oh my gosh. This has been really fun.
Yeah, it has been.
Oh. 2024 has got me. Now I'm excited. I don't think I've been excited.
I was kind of like, whatever, it's a day. Whatever, it's a Monday. But now, I'm excited.
To sit here and put it on paper and to talk about it with somebody else other than myself is magic. So like, if you want to get together with your friends, or you want to get together with some of your class or your staff or whatever,
this would be such an amazing, like not icebreaker, but like thing to do to start off your new year with your staff. Like if you're having a staff meeting, to kind of like, this would be like, even if you just ask them all to come with one, or like lead them through one and then allow them to do their own, like, I just think that'd be super powerful.
Absolutely.
Super powerful.
I mean, and great for breaking down those, you know, walls that we sometimes build up, because, you know, we all live different lives, and sometimes we don't understand each other. But I think when you go a little bit deeper like this, it can kind of give you that
perspective.
And it can open your heart. Up to see the perspective and to see their life through their eyes, not through yours. I think it'd be really cool to do this with your classes, or anybody, really, your family, your whoever you want to do it with, your bestie, and you guys. Thank you so much for tuning into this. For our empowered members, this is going to be available in your resources section on the on-demand platform. So that's there for you. Get it printed, make it pretty if you want. Jen made this, and I guess we're going to be expecting a lot more from her.
Apparently, yes.
This year, so I'm very excited for that, because she has made some awesome challenge books for us. And if you can do what you say you can do with Amazon, like a physical hard copy of this would be fucking
so cool. Hey,
legit. So cool. I was thinking about that. I want a hardcover.
I know, book. Right? Like, I want a book like this.
Yes. Amazing.
We're working on it.
Yeah.
We're working on it. Putting it out there.
Putting it out there. And if you are not a member with us, please feel free to join our community. We work out, we sweat, we love on each other a lot. I feel like we,
Mhm. Yeah.
we love on each other.
We love on each other a lot, big time.
And
It is really a community,
It
near
is
and
a
far.
it is
Yeah.
really, we're spreading.
We are taking
Guess
over
what?
the world, baby.
We are
Taking
doing
over the
that.
world.
So yeah, feel free to join us. I will leave the link to our website on how you can get empowered with us in whatever capacity, whether you want to become an empowered instructor and teach our fitness classes anywhere you want, all over the world, or you want to become a member, a part of the community, and sweat with us and grow with us as we grow.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Bye.
Toodles.
Happy 2024. Should have had champagne.
You know, I thought about it.
Like I've had a lot of champagne lately.